Welcome in everybody for another Every Team Cup classic. I'm calling it now before we even start. It's definitely going to be a classic between Herringzord, the top, I don't know what to call them, top admin. It sounds really underwhelming. Just the boss, generally the boss of Rebel and the ZFL, and Cornite, who is another. Can't find the right words today. I was trying to find words for long-term, well-known, established member of the online bubble community and general great person. So head honcho would be the word for Herringzord, and for Cornite, let's just say another legend of the bubble community. But they've got the first round. They're up against each other in the Every Team Cup. We have what Herringzord described as his ethical nurgle, by which I think he meant I didn't take any mighty blow, has gone with 3 guard. Let's put it up on the thing. Has gone with 3 guard bloaters, a block bloater, a block rot spawn, and then there is a brilliant coaching, which I think has given the nurgle a free reroll. They have a wrestle tackle pesticore, a frenzy juggernaut pesticore, and a block pesticore. So no added mighty blow other than the rot spawn. And the OWA for Cornite have basically just put guard on absolutely everyone. So 7 guard, which is incredible. I've never seen so much guard in a resurrection tournament on a team. 7 guard and then a sidestep human catcher. But yes, they've used their primaries for guard wherever they could, including the Troll Slayer and the Human Blitzer, and then they've put a secondary for guard on a lineman as well. So interesting matchup here with all the guard, and looks like Herringzord's going to carry on the Frenzy Pestigore, which is a fun choice. I was assuming it was going to be the block one, but maybe you just want to have the control of the block. Oh, instant 1 in 9 on these no block bloaters, but does reroll to a POW. Yeah, I was thinking you might want the stability of the block for your ball carrier, but I can also see wanting to have that block ball carrier free for blitzing, so does get a Kaz. There are 14 players on this OWA roster, so they can afford a Kaz. But still, for the drive, good to start getting removals. Who needs Mighty Blow, apparently? Oh, good luck with White Jelly. Thanks for dropping in. Going to be interesting to see this. This is going to be I imagine, a very, what we call it, a tactical game of First Bowl. It's going to be, I can imagine being quite cagey in every sense. But with all of this guard, do you jam straight in? Do you get in the Nurgle's faces? It feels wrong, because I think of OWA as a human-like team. They're obviously not exactly like humans. They have got quite a bit of an armor upgrade from having all the dwarves on the team. But yeah, I just haven't played a lot of OWA, so I don't know exactly how they play in lots of ways. Looks like we're not jamming straight in anyway. I'm going for the blitz here with the dwarf blitzer, so it has got block. Good colour schemes. We appreciate the paint schemes. I like these stripes on the Nurgle. And we've got some polka dotted OWA. Important to look right. So yeah, not going to jam in, going to do this. I mean, what you just call the line, don't you? We talk about the different defensive formations. We often talk about screens, and then you get this alternative to a screen, which I think you can do much more when you're a team that, certainly when you have a lot of guard like this. I do it quite a lot with Amazons, in the time of playing Amazons so far, I find myself doing a lot of don't do the old elf screen, just stick the players in a line, and you don't have as much guard on the Amazons, but you might use the strength 4 blockers towards the edge of it, because with their guard and defense, they just make it really like a nightmare to get blocks anywhere. Herringzord blitzing with the rot spawn. Not afraid of rolling another one, but wants to get that mighty bow going, wants to get that into the action. Has got blocks, so it's not like it's an unreliable choice, is it? I do like getting it involved. I'm always scared of using big guys for blitzes because I just always think I'll roll the one and not get the blitz. But I think it is generally definitely right to in some situations. So I was even thinking on Core Knight's turn, could they have blitzed with the ogre? Even though I myself am a wimp about such things. You could jam some more guard in here, for instance, and use the ogre to get a 3 dice if you're thinking that getting your value out of the mighty bow is important. But I haven't gone for that. They've gone for the blitz of blitz. Oh, and gets a Kaz out of it. Who needs mighty bow? Who needs it? Just roll big numbers, guys. This is the secret. Mighty blow overrated. And now we are jamming in. The ogre's a really like interesting piece because again, I think the standard thing to do in OWA with these sorts of rule sets where you get the free secondary, the thing that we've seen on the other OWA team we saw already today, I think the third OWA team has done the same thing. The standard thing to do is just to put block on your big guy, use that secondary for that. But by going for this like extra guard build, you obviously have to then go primaries. But what Core Knight has done is turn the primary into a stack. And guard stand firm on a strength 5 piece is just super annoying. Like it's super hard for bashy teams to deal with. I guess it's like against teams like elves that might feel a bit less useful because the elves are just going to ignore it. But in this sort of matchup, I think that's a really nice piece. And Core Knight definitely using this guard pretty nicely here to jam things up. Does get a foul appearance on the rot spawn, which slightly undermines the plan. But even then, the rot spawn is pretty guard locked. So I guess you could, well, yeah, I guess the problem with this now is they could block here and free it up using the chain push. Well, not free it up, but put it in a situation where you're no longer guard locked and can block with it. So actually, maybe that was quite a big foul appearance. Foul appearance, pretty like annoying good skill sometimes. Pretty powerful in lots of situations. Guard locked or tying up 4 players. I mean, yeah, that's also true. That is also true, isn't it? Doing its job. I was just meaning like if it's not getting to do a block, it's just getting blocked next turn, right? If you can't do a block with it this turn, then they're just blocking it again next turn. So I do like the chain here because then you can do a block with it and maybe get some value out of Mighty Bow. Although, having said that again, maybe you don't because maybe you'd rather not risk the one for the stupid roll. Like that. Just said it and then it happened. So maybe Mr. Bopnot had it right all along, and that should have just been left doing his job. Very nice 1 dice power from Fillet of Fish over here, from the Ham Nurglers. Another 1 dice there, if you want it. I think you follow him now, don't you? Yeah, get on that catcher. It's always interesting to watch matchups like this. They aren't the teams I tend to play, and I think it's definitely like things that like I therefore don't necessarily know the right strategies for. But matchups where you've got a clear strength advantage on one side, but a clear guard advantage on the other side, it's just quite an interesting quite an interesting puzzle sometimes, isn't it? Like, how do you, as the team with less strength, leverage the fact that you've got all this guard? Because the guard can definitely outweigh the strength if it's used right. But if you're not careful, you just end up giving up a lot of extra hits. So, yeah, the problem is that is what dwarves do. And dwarves, as we know, are the worst. So... But no, I do like find these things interesting to watch sometimes. Don't make me play these teams. Don't make me play dwarf teams or other. I mean, I think nurgle I might actually like find even more boring to play than dwarves. I find nurgle, the times I've tried nurgle, I really haven't enjoyed it. I found them nurgle like a team that when plan A goes wrong, like there's just so little ability to do a plan B because there's so little speed on the team. And again, that doesn't mean they're not like an interesting team or ever like interesting to watch, but it's just like for me and what I want to play, I found that really, really like frustrating to play. And like it was one of those experiences that just like I got in a bad mood really quickly trying to do it. Well, I would have avoided that Ode to Joy by picking lots of teams, but not those teams. But no, I didn't want to sign up for this one because partly because I've never organised a tournament before, and so I wanted to give myself space to make sure I was doing that right. And then also, like, because I did already have the World Championship ticket, I wanted to make sure that everyone who hasn't got one would get the chance to play if they wanted to. And in the end, we have got all 64 coaches who haven't got one. So it's kind of fun knowing that whoever wins, unless they win something else in the meantime, I guess, but whoever wins gets the World Championship ticket. It's kind of fun. Morning, Swordtide. Wasn't it best elf team that won the ticket? Maybe we should try to add that competition to the supported competition schedule next year. And a pure elf competition. Problem is now I've run this one competition, I keep having thoughts for more competitions. There are loads of fun competitions you could have, aren't there? Cheeky one dice from the Rotto. I was thinking, why didn't we stand up the beast first? But it's because we want to move the beast, isn't it? Slightly greedy, but much better outcome. Really nice position now, this looks like for Zord, doesn't it? Like you've got some nice advancement down this side. And I like that he didn't go too far that turn. He just moved it up enough to give himself some real like space that you've claimed without leaving behind your support position. And like I think especially again with like a slow team like nurgle, you do have to take this space when you have the chance to. So I think they've got like a really nice shape going across here. This was a bit greedy, but the success state's really nice, like having that jammed in there, because now you know you've got more or less guaranteed another turn where a bunch of these annoying guard pieces aren't going to get up in your business. And because a lot of them are dwarfs, like the longer they get stuck in the middle, they really don't have time to catch up. So yeah, nice turn for Zord. Has had some help from some timely foul appearance and double skull there for Cornite as well. And down to one reroll already for the etc. team. I'm really interested to see how nurgle do in this competition, because they were again one of the ones that we're an interesting team for tiering, because like nurgle can be really good at high TV, can't they? But in these sorts of tournaments, they're like resurrection style, they're just so expensive. So we did give them a lot of cash, which I was a bit uncomfortable with. But I talked to people who know their nurgle, and they felt like giving them that bit of cash was what they needed. So all part of the interesting process, I think, of working this out, balancing the teams. Big 1 dice into a stun there. Not a great turn on the dice for Core Knight overall, who had to spend a reroll and didn't manage to free anyone up from the beast, but that does help to end the turn by stunning one of the bloaters, because now you do just thin out. You thin out this advanced position that Core Knight has made, and it is actually quite impactful, because while I don't think that the score is necessarily at risk, if Haringzord ends up with an outnumbered situation out here, which is looking quite likely now, he might be forced to score before turn 8, which obviously, like, while you'd prefer as Core Knight just to stop the drive, at least gives you some chance if you can get them to score early. Are we thinking about blitzing with this piece, or are we just going to scream with it? Because you could come after the catcher, or just come after that to free that. But also, like, that's the only piece that can just safely go there. We are blitzing with it, and we are powering with it, which is obviously the best case scenario, because now we can get it back. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we can very easily get the catcher onto this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. But the lineman is out of range. Daz have played them for a year in tabletop tournaments. They play terrible if you roll a 3+ for any reason and fails. Yeah, that was how I felt about them, Dazza. That was exactly how I felt about them. Like, as soon as plan A fails, it's just like, okay. And now I sit here and watch my opponent do what they want, because I can't do anything. That was how I felt playing them. But, like, lots of other people enjoy them, so it's not like a universal thing, I guess. So yeah, this is what I thought with this big 1 dice power and armor break. Haringzord has managed to get this beast back into a useful square, but I feel like at the end of this turn, there's going to be pressure on this, and it might not be an easy stall, because we're just going to get outnumbered up here now. This has become a good trade for the humans, 1 for 2 on 2 bloaters, and the dwarves are now outnumbering this rotter that they've just smashed. So while they're not fast, they can get up to the middle here, or come in here and help free up that one. I think I'd like this to move before we do the block, yeah, because there is only 1 reroll. They're still your favourite team. You're playing them in this, aren't you? You've got them. You're the other nurgle team. It's you, Haringzord, and someone else. Unless I'm mixing up. I was just thinking who got Brawler, but of course it's the old world dwarves have Brawler, don't they? I always think about them having armbar. I always forget they have Brawler as well. Good pressure here from Core Knight. Oh, goes to the rush. Oh, I don't know if I like that, because you can't reroll it. You can't, because they might score, and then you're going to need that reroll for your offense. You just can't. I don't know what we're thinking about. Oh my god, he's rerolled it. Hate that. Hate it. Oh, yeah, I don't like that at all. Sorry, because this is just not hard to clear still, right? Like you use your blitz on this and it's a 2 dice. Okay, this makes it a bit harder. But you're still, it's a 3+ still to score, right? You've got good pressure in the end, so you are going to force them to score. But it is still only a 3+. And now your offense, which will be 3 turns against Nurgle, which is tough because Nurgle are good at getting in the way. You'll have no rerolls for it. A 5 is the other Nurgle, thank you. Thank you, Fiendish Fairy. I think we dodge and score though here, right? I assume. Yeah. Oh, no rerolls is going to be tough. Maybe it'll work out. I mean, it did get good pressure. It did get, like, up until that catcher got there, it felt like there was still a possible stall if they really wanted to go for it. But the catcher getting there, which did require the rush first, I guess, to make it all work. Yeah, Maggio, agree. If you do the catcher first, then you can afford that rush. Fail a bit more. Dadams took Nurgle to a 1-day last weekend, went 1-0 and felt on the struggle bus the whole time. Yeah. So like when I first started Blood Bowl, my first season was with Wood Elves and I loved it, had a good time. And then I actually got hold of some Nurgle minis that I thought were really fun. And I think it was Grebo ones. And so I was like, oh, these look fun, like gross, disgusting things. It'll be fun. And then before I ever got my models built or painted, I had a couple of games on someone else's models to try them out. And I hated them so much. I was like, oh my God, I'm never going to use that team. This is when I was still like brand new. I was just like, oh no, this is not for me at all. So, yeah, they're just not my thing. But as I keep saying, everyone has their own thing. Daz has won a tournament with them and also had a wooden spoon with them. Balancing all things. I bet it was a really satisfying win though, right? Because they don't win a lot of tournaments. So the tournament you won with them, you must have been like, oh, that felt good. I do think if they always got a pack like this one, I think this pack will make them competitive. We will find out. But yeah, I feel like they've got a decent pack in this. Like they're always going to have the same sort of weakness, right? Like they're still going to have that weakness of if plan A doesn't work, but we've definitely strengthened plan A compared to what they get in lots of tournaments by giving them the extra cash and a good amount of skills. Oof, well, it's not the worst spot for the ball because Cornite does need to score in 3 turns, so having it far up the pitch is good, but obviously with no rerolls, this is pretty scary. It is out of range for the catcher without a rush, for the runner, for the thrower, so you haven't got a sure hands in range. And if you were going to do a handoff, you're getting close to the stink as well. Looks like we probably will do the rush. That's really tricky. I think I would have been tempted to go for the pickup with the catcher there just because you're already close to it and you're not going to want to hand off later because of disturbing presence. But I also can understand with no rerolls really want to do the sure hands, so tough one. Tell you what will help is if they keep breaking everyone's armor. I wonder if I would have been tempted in Harrying Sword's position here to go with rot spawn and 2 bloaters on the line. I know that with all this guard, it was never going to be a problem for the OWA to get the hits, but you are making them roll more foul appearance, which they haven't got rerolls for. So I wonder if I would have thought about that. I don't know. Just thinking out loud. Yeah, that's exactly what they did at Aposapsis. They took 7 guard. It's incredible. It is the most guarded up team in the whole tournament. More guard than the dwarfs, more guard than the Imperial nobility. It's quite impressive. Pretty good turns so far for Cornite. They have got to rush to get to the ball, though. They do rush to get to the ball, and they do get the ball. So, definitely a very good start to the drive for Cornite. We should have spun around and seen it from Cornite's side. Yeah, 2 stuns and a removal definitely reduces the flexibility of the already not very flexible nurgle here. Having said that, you've still got, because you didn't put them on the line, you've still got all of these pain in the bum players that you can stick places, and which can demand dice rolls for a team that hasn't got rerolls. So that's probably a pretty good argument for doing what Haringzor did and keeping them off the line, isn't it? Keeps them flexible. With only 2 turns, the OWA probably don't want to switch sides here. Like, you have to cover for it at least a bit, but yeah, it's a long way back with that catcher, isn't it? No knockdown there. This is a cup match. It is Primhack. It's Haringzord against Cornite in Group A. And when this is done, Group A will already have completed its fixtures before the round has even started officially. Oh, that's a big one. I might even reroll that. That's a big one. You really want that player active this turn. Does reroll it, and it's a snake. Oh, tough roll that for Haringzord. I think you had to activate it because it had a job to do, but that is tough. It's going to make more options for the OWA for sure. Guess that has to be a wrestle as well. Not a good turn of dice for the Nurgle. I mean, at least you've put it down, but it's free to get up and not untackle. You're giving up some hits back, and there's even an option to come to the middle here because of this. Really, really unlucky on that. I guess you could have not activated it. Like, you could just leave it there because it's like a pretty good like pillar in the middle of the pitch, but I definitely would have activated it because you want to just stick it on that catcher and be like, okay, that was your best scoring threat. Now it can't move. So, but maybe there was an argument for sitting tight here because now we really have left a gap. That felt very, very bad time to roll a 1. Yeah, maybe that's the answer, Magio. Maybe like you put a bloater in that gap. Maybe like you need to like activate this sooner, and then you know if you need to fill that gap with something else. Maybe that is like a turn ordering thing that you can fix it that way. Well, not fix it that way, but be able to like adjust for it more by doing it that way. So we are not even going to need to dodge the catcher because we've done this as a chain push. We've moved the catcher out of stink, but we surely can't be throwing because we're throwing from stink. So I still don't know how we're moving this ball super comfortably. Like the throw would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 from here. That's 3+ from there before you apply the modifier of -1, so 4+. So I don't think we're throwing that this turn. Okay, that clears the stink. We get 3+ bars. 3+ bars from here, or you do a rush and make it a 2+, but no reroll, so I'd probably take 3+. Yeah, okay. It's not going to be like mega safe because you can just dodge and hit it, but maybe that's the best you can do. Guess you could also just hold it here, but that seems less safe. It's still a 3+ dodge, but the outcomes are worse. Needs the pass skill. Fails it. Oh boy, okay, well. Core Knight there doing the sensible thing and trying to use the built-in rerolls because they haven't got any team rerolls, but does get the fail. This is still maybe okay for the humans though. Like, actually where that's fallen is really not the worst square for Core Knight. Because now I think Zord probably needs to just try and scatter it and hope it scatters out. Like, I think the play here is dodge the wrestle tackle one, go here, 2 dice on that, and scatter it. Oh, it's got block. It's got block. I thought that was a disaster and it wasn't. Because like, yeah, you've got the hit here now, but it doesn't really change anything for what you need to do. I guess, oh, you could dodge this way now and hit that. Maybe that's, yeah, okay. Maybe that is better. Dodge this way. Hit from here. Because then that pins that to the sideline. I think I like that. This is not a blitz, this is just a dodge. And a rush. Now we've got no rerolls. Oh, we're doing a chain push to get... We were trying to chain push to free up this one. I think that's a bit of a case of overthinking. Because you've added in dice to do that dodge, so why not just do this? I also don't know that chain push would have saved you the dodge anyway. Unless I'm... Yeah, I think that was a bit of overthinking. I think you were better off just doing the... Maybe there's something I missed, but I'm not seeing what the chain push does for you here, whereas I think if you just dodge here and hit that and scatter the ball, that's probably your best shot. Especially with only one reroll, right? Like you didn't have an extra one for when that dodge failed, so I think that's the way I would have gone. So the OWA have got the touchdown. A successful short drive conversion. I thought that was going to be tough, but maybe the dice a little bit unlucky for Herring Sword, like the turn where the Rot Spawn said no was rough, and then the 1 in 9 obviously is rough there as well. But yeah, I do wonder if that was a turn they could have done differently. They're not humans. I said humans a second ago, but it's OWA, and it's Core Knight on the OWA. Zord is on the nurgle. Stinky humans. These aren't ZFL. These aren't ZFL humans. You're thinking of the Salzman Puritans. Definitely humans. Definitely humans. I mean, apparently they're hamburglers. Apparently they're the McDonald's menu. We've got Big Mac, double cheeseburger, fillet of fish. Is this like a trick to see if Zord can make people feel hungry while looking at Nurgle? Like you look at Nurgle, but your brain still says it's time for food. Weather changes perfect conditions, stays deep. This is a very aggressive forward position for this thrower. Maybe they didn't want to get in the same position they did last drive where they had to rush to do the pickup. Yeah, interesting to see how Viking Cop approaches the slower drive now. This almost looks a bit Dakar-like, but they're not all the way back for a Dakar. Do we blitz with the ogre or do we just not blitz? Ogre's like a 2+2+, but pretty valuable targets. Makes the bonehead, fails the foul appearance. It's not the worst, is it? You need to stay there. The nice thing playing against Nurgle is you know they're not going to pressure that ball anytime soon because they're slow. Should have been Burger King menu items because of Nurgle King. Can't even remember the last time I had a Burger King. I feel like it's a very long time. Did see a picture of Collie from Burger King looking very happy in her crown the other day. She looked delighted to be there. Still have your crown. That's because Hargrim's not around to take it off you. Just don't let Hargrim see it. He'll steal it. You can try. That Hargrim. International crown thief. I've been summoned. Don't steal Collie's crown. We're on to you, Hargrim. We know what you like. Oh, I went for the blitz with the rotor spawn, but it said no. I wonder if at Hargrim's house somewhere he's just got a big pile of crowns. A big pile of stolen crowns. Maybe Hargrim's an international jewel thief. It would explain so much. just spreading Hargrim slander now. It's a great story though, right? Hargrim uses Blood Bowl, quote unquote, as an excuse to travel around the world and make his trips look like innocent hobby trips when in fact the ultimate defense against slander is true. I'm going to run with this. I'm going to run with this story. Until I have my crown restored. Oh, makes the pickup. The ball staying back here. No, it's not. It's coming forward. I lied. Does feel like foul appearance has done some good work this game. I feel like Herringsword's had some quite rotten luck on the rotor spawn not being so cooperative. But the ones have also come for Cornite on these foul appearance rolls, as we see another one. Hey, Outcast. How's it going? Well, this is our second game cast today. It's Herringsword against Cornite in the Every Team Cup. And it's currently 1-1 with Cornite's OWA holding the ball. But that's a big one because that, I'm guessing, was going to blitz here. And could have even done some chain pushing to free up the other ones. But now you're going to give up some hits back as the OWA. So that was a big one. Like Corn, I did think about the reroll for. Does get the knockdown with the Troll Slayer. This incredible 7-guard OWA team. This is going to be like the only game of the tournament where Herringzord is outguarded, right? Like they have 3 guard. Well, maybe not. There might be other games, but it feels like more because they've got strong players. It's not that much, is it? In fact, it's only 2. I'm just lying. They've only got 2 guard. But still, with nurgle being strength 4 and having that, they're normally going to be like bashy ones. That's what I really mean. Wrestle gets down the ogre. What is 3 guard? I couldn't see that when I was lying down. I thought it was. Okay, yeah. Hit that one, then you get the hit here on the blitzer. Another pow. This is like, they're not getting the armor breaks, but this is going to make this a much more tricky turn for the OWA, just starting the turn with several players on the floor. It's a chance to, if it cooperates, move this rot spawn up quite a lot as well. Okay, not going to go where I thought. I'm just going to sit on these ones that are on the floor. It's pretty good too. Is there any temptation to foul this ogre? You'd be getting 1, 2, 3 assists. It's a very good ogre. Oh, they've KO'd the ogre. Huge, huge foul. Doesn't get caught. Probably the Apo? Yeah, I think that's an Apo. Still, that keeps the ogre out for another turn. And this is suddenly looking like a lot more difficult spot for Cornite, isn't it? Really nice position for the rot spawn. Even though I was saying a more aggressive come up here, like it's wound up in a really good square with those 2 on the floor. This not being able to get up and guard assist that makes things harder for Cornite, and just generally that being down hurts Cornite because it's such a good player. So yeah, tricky turn coming up. Tricky turn. There is some space here you could try to take, but I worry that it's like trap space, like you'd end up, because you've got these 4. They are going for it, so we'll find out. And so, interesting. TV up there. I'm not sure what that means. TV, team value. So, like, broad brush strokes, I think, like, taking the, like, space against nurgle, I can see the reasons to do it because they're slow, and so maybe you can just get ahead of them and they won't catch up. But I do still look at this and think, are we a bit light on numbers? But, yeah, the nurgle are slow and they're kind of tied up, so I guess we'll find out. It's gonna probably at least require a really important block from this rot spawn, which has been good at not doing things in key moments. Oh, team value on the pitch. I get what you mean. Okay. That is a both down. They can take, but does get this blitzer stuck. This is like very much like what playing nurgle is about, though, isn't it? Like you have all these ideas of what you're going to do against them, and then like you're just constantly wrestling with, oh, I rolled a 1 on the Val appearance. Oh, I didn't get that knockdown. Like, how do I still do anything? And like, it's kind of the reverse of what I was saying before, where I was saying I don't really like enjoy playing Nurgle because I just feel like you don't have any plan B when your plan A goes wrong. But like, a lot of the Nurgle strength is like just not your plan at all. It's just that the fact that you just sit there and your players cancel out your opponent's plan. And then you wait, I guess, for their plan to go wrong, and then you can punish it. Dice on ball here. There's definitely a 3+3+, and if you can knock that over, it's just 1 3+. I don't know if we can do it without a dodge. We could free up that, which I think we might have just done. So, yeah, 1, 2. If we can just move this, which is currently a 1 dice. There is a 1 dice on the wall. Or you can dodge that for 2 dice and it's got blocks. So if you're going to do it, I think you're better to go with this one. This gives you 2 dice here, which you need to reroll. No knockdown there is definitely good for Cornite. So now the problem is you had to go into the square that the blocks this, so it's still 2 3+ for the hit on the ball. This is one of those situations where like you wish it was, if you're carrying Zord, you wish it was the old Blood Bowl rules, because you could declare blitz and do the first dodge. And if you make the first dodge, maybe you carry through and go for the ball. But if you don't make the first dodge, maybe you just blitz somewhere else instead. Like, so yeah, not going for the ball, just going for the hit over here. I think I'm okay with this, like, because if you're playing elves, for sure you're hitting the ball, but Nurgle kind of have to have a more slow and steady way sometimes. I think, oh, it's a big rush, you might reroll this. Don't love having to spend that second reroll, but that is a nice square for that. That is unfortunately a thing you can't reroll, and it is a KO. Maybe it was better to leave that, although again, definitely would have been like a nice success state. But yeah, like I think like you have the same mindset as me, Niagara, where you see like a ball somewhere and you think, can we get to that? And I think sometimes with Nurgle, it's more about you just need to be patient, don't you? And trust yourself to make it worse again the next turn. But it's hard. I feel like the Nurgle have been like slightly unlucky on the removals, because there's been a few removals, or definitely on the armor breaks. There's been a few through the game against them, and I don't know if they've had many removals on the OWA. They had this 1 lineman cast. I don't know what else they've done. But as we said at the start, the Nurgle have gone with the ethical Nurgle build with no Mighty Blow other than the Rot Spawn, so it's part of your trade-off. You've got to build up to the Force Hexus, Scully. You can't go straight for it. Great advice. You've got to just got to tease a little first, right? Build the suspense. I don't know what you mean, Collie. I was only talking about Blood Bowl. I don't know what other context you could be referring to. I would never have guessed. I'm shocked. Shocked. Oh, double skull, that's a loner as well. Oh, I wonder if they forgot that's a loner. I wonder if they forgot that player's a loner. It's the OWA curse that like most of your team is a loner, including I mean, it's a 3+ loner, but it's still a loner. So that is one of Core Knight's 2 rerolls gone. Up till then was a very good turn. But that definitely helps Haringzord out a bit. If we're not blitzing with this, I'd like to see this stand up before anything else. Maybe we are blitzing with it. And we could do the 4+, 2+ and hit the ball. It's a bit rowdy, but you could. You're not blitzing with both of these, so at least one of these I'd like to see stand up. Because you're definitely not doing both. This is very normal for you, Dizzy taught you. That Dizzy. Dirty Bess. Dirty Bess as Crystal Hunter. Famously. Christened her. I'm sorry, Dizzy. I didn't start it. It was all Collie's fault. So, this rot spawn with all the ones. You have to live with it, but that's bad. I might have been tempted not to go for that activation, to be honest. I don't know if I like that activation, because even though the ogre can hit you, the ogre hasn't got blocks, so it's going to be one of the last things that Core Knight wants to do. It has to roll the foul appearance and the bonehead. And just having that awake is such a difference from having it not awake. I think I might not have taken that one. It has rolled a lot of ones. Firion got the win with knobs against Jomini's Nose. Well done. Yeah, we tried to replay another game and replay casts are very busted, so unfortunately we won't be able to do a replay of it. But congratulations on the win. Another double skull. Oh my god, it's the ogre. It's the ogre. Oh my god. Does not reroll it. And now we definitely have some dice on the ball. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 2 rushes for 2 dice is there. Is there something better? You might be able to block through this way. If you block this, block that, you might be risking the 1 in 9. At which point is it better just to go for this? I'm not sure. Yeah, big guy screw up with every big guy screw up competition. Ogre wins. Hey, Splaggy. Yes, your results should be updated in game now. Sorry for the mess up, but in some ways, thank you, because also like you doing that let me pick it up before it we got further down the line. So I am really sorry your game was the one that got messed around. And I'm also very sorry that when trying to fix that as we were going on the cast, we suddenly zoned back into what was happening, and I laughed at the halfling sacking the ball. I did feel bad about it afterwards, because that must have been not fun for you, but it was an incredible halfling play. Okay, so didn't go for the 2+2+, went for the 3+. I actually even though the 2+2+ is more likely to succeed, I actually like this because now you have movement left to recover with. So, yeah, I think I like that better. Do you go for the pickup, or do you do what it looks like Haringzor's doing, which is stand over it, because you've only got the 1 reroll left, and then maybe come and try and pick up with this one, which is more dice, but at least if it fails, you've got that there. Could he free up the bloater? Which way was he freeing up the bloater? I didn't see the way to free up the bloater, but it might have been there. It was outrageous, Armsy, and I did love it. I'm apologising for laughing, but also I think like Collie I would laugh again. I mean, you have to enjoy the halving moments. As the commentator, I also understand Speggy why he might have enjoyed it less. I can see both sides. It was an incredible halfling moment, and halflings have to have their incredible moments because otherwise, what have they got? Also, I know if it had been me against me, I would have been annoyed as well. So I feel everybody's position on this. Not enough guard on his team. 7 guard, insufficient. The thing is, like, the thing that went wrong wouldn't even be fixed if you took the block ogre, would it? Because it was a double skull, so. Thank you for the follow, Frankie. I don't know if that's the same Frankie whose game we watched before. Congratulations if it was. I think that is true, Maggio. I did say that. Does certain tilts stay with you for your whole Blood Bowl life? Honestly, Eleanor, not for me. Like, I'm definitely like a moaner. Like, I complain about things not going my way in Blood Bowl. Everyone's heard me do it. But I also, like, I'm not someone who it stays with me. Like, when I have a bad tilty game, I tend to get over it pretty quickly afterwards. Like, I'll be annoyed in the moment, and then after a bit, I'll have forgotten about it. So, I think I remember the good moments more than the bad moments, actually, over time. Collie remembering the time she served a tree. I remember still from Blood Bowl 2 when I had my favourite elf called Matey, because it was the old level up system and they had random strength. And instead of doing sensible things with them, I turned them into a frenzy piece, and then I randomed a second double for I randomed a double and gave them Juggernaut. And I remember that player surfing Frenzy Juggernaut surfing a stand firm Croxigore, and I still remember that. That made me so happy. So this looks like this ball can be hit again on 2 rushes. We've got the Frenzy Corngore on the floor here, so definitely not safe here at the moment. I said Corngore, I mean Pestigore. I said Corngore because I just read Galentia saying, what's that Corngore doing? It's because this one's got Juggernaut Frenzy. Oh, hasn't gone for the ball? Oh, because that's free, which I somehow missed. I missed that there was a chunky boy free. Whatever they're officially called. Oh, fat pal, but no scatter catch. That's pretty great for the nurgle, isn't it? That's now much harder to get to. I think someone said a second ago looking like a draw, but I think this is either a draw or a nurgle win from here, probably. Like, it's definitely looking tough for the OWA, but the nurgle have outs to win from here, I think. Dodges and fails for KO. Shamba can barely remember anything that's happened to me in Blood Bowl, good or bad. Surely you can remember the amazing time when you came to Alicante and played with me on a World Cup team. If nothing else, that's the thing to remember. Because also we did really well. I remember that because we threw our whole team together at the last minute. And when Shamba agreed to come, Shamba was like, oh, I haven't played much in a while. I don't know if I'll know what I'm doing. And then you won like 6 games in a row or something. And the fun times in Athens, exactly. Even though we weren't on the same team there. Whatever they were, it doesn't matter. All praise the Chunky Boys, exactly. Athens was so great. Let's all go to Athens again. Let's all go to Athens again. I would like that. I think the next one I want to try and talk everyone into is one of the Italian ones. Like my next idea is can I convince Hey Listen to do Tilea with me, because then I get to go to Italy. Collie's in already. Collie's signed up. Torquemada saying you should try Lutece. How was Lutece? So you did Tilea and Lutece this year. Did you prefer Lutece? I remember you having your game disrupted by a pigeon. That was fun. Well, it was funny. Sorry, I've just completely stopped concentrating on the game at what is like the key moment of the game. I'm really sorry. I got distracted by the question about remembering fun times. I'm really sorry to both the players and everyone watching who actually wanted commentary on the game. What's happening? Looks like Core Knight is not trying to keep the win condition open. He's just trying to lock down the draw here. I guess they can still try to dodge this catcher and get them into scoring range. You take the both down here and it's turnover. Oh, it's not a turnover. It's just stay there because I've got the only added skills on. And what did the Troll Slayer do that caused the... Oh my god. Oh my god. I spoke too soon about the win chances. Love that by Core Knight. A jump over play by the Blitzer. 1, 2, that's in range because it's 4 squares to be in range. So yeah, that is in range. And now the catcher dodges out. We're going to go for the ball. Is this a no risk it, no biscuit turn? Has to dodge. Fails a dodge. Well, there is a chance. There is a chance. That's an interesting comparison. Chilean's more like UKTC, Lutece is more like Thrud. I personally would always pick the Italian food over the French food, but I also would not complain about either because they'll both be delicious. The other thing with Lutece is it does sound like it's in the middle of nowhere. So the thing that is in Haringzord's big favour here is Haringzord can plan this over 2 turns, right? Like doesn't need to go for this ball this turn, can just put himself in position to do it on turn 16, whereas of course next turn is Core Knight's last turn, so that's why didn't have to worry about clearing the ball here because you don't need it. I don't know if you try the 4+ pickup here or if you just put another base on it and say you're not playing against elves or Skaven, so you can afford that. But the fact we've done those rushes first makes me think we are going for the pickup. I don't think you're re-rolling this, but it is a bit scary with the scatter. Oh no. Oh, that was nearly the best case scenario for the humans, and it might, for the OWA, still might be good. That's why I wasn't sure about picking it up, because at least if you stay here, you're keeping it in 2 tackle zones, whereas now... I mean, it's still not easy, right? But Cornite has got a reroll. Cornite could just go dodge, sure hands, dodge, and then check it. It's 3+, 4+ with reroll, 3+, 2+. Well, you have to be in some stink. Maybe it's not a 2+. It's hard, but it's possible. You could try to save one of those dodges by bringing this up and doing a 1 dice here. I don't think you only have... No, you can get better than the 1 dice. You block here, and then you bring the guard in. Then you've got 2 dice to free that, so then just 1 dodge. And an easier pickup. This is not that awful. Well, it's definitely harder if you double skull the first block. Definitely that makes it a lot harder. I mean, you have to reroll it. It's turn 16. So... I don't know if this is just Cornite cursing or if this is like rethinking the plan, but there's no consideration. Click the reroll. What? Did Cornite forget he had a reroll? Or did Cornite think it was turn 15? Oh no. Oh, okay, that's not 1 and 9. You've got block. Oh, Cornite, I'm gutted for you. Because that was doable, right? Like if you reroll that, you bring the guard in here, then you can blitz that on 2 dice. Then sure, you've got to do a 3+ dodge. But you could run the ball away to here where I think it's not even any stings. Then it's a 2+ pass. Yes, then it's got a 4+ catch and a 3+ dodge. But if the thing is with this, if this fails, at least you've taken the ball far away for the nurgle scoring. So like you've got the draw. Oh, Cornite. Forgot it was a group stage. No. Oh, I'm so sorry. You might still get the draw. This is still not easy, is it? In fact, I actually don't even know what we're trying here. Because that's not in scoring range. So your scoring threat is this bloater. Ferret, behave yourself. 3+, 4+, 3+, 3+, 2+, 2+, 4+. That genuinely might be the best. I don't know. Like, I don't know how you get the ball to this, which is your only scoring threat. Well, it's going to be a tie, and maybe a tie feels fair. I think both of you had some very rough moments on the dice at different times. Well, there you go, guys. The Group A games are already completed, and the good news is Group A is looking like it's going to be a very tight group, because if they validated, which they might not have yet because it's only just finished, but it will be all 4 teams on 1 point after 1 game. So yeah, very eager players in Group A already got the game done. The round doesn't even officially start until Wednesday, and the full round is already completed in Group A. But no one's got the wins. I wish I could tell you who's playing next. I can if I go to nuffle.xyz. Why don't we find out in nuffle.xyz what the next round will be for Group A, so we can tell you that. The next round in Group A will be Haringzord's Nurgle play Monkey Chunks' Chaos Renegades, and Cornight's OWA play Badger Jelly's Humans. But yes, that is now updated here. For some reason, the schedule updates first, and then the rankings still take some time to update. But we will get there. So yes, these humans will be going up against all the guard, and these renegades will be going up against the Nurgle. Finally poised in Group A. What I like about that is everyone drawing means that almost certainly there'll be some drama in the final round, which is exciting. But if you're watching on YouTube and you are enjoying that, hit that like and subscribe.